Welcome back, YouTube. Tutti UK. Channel update. Tales from the Blast Furnace. Tales from the Booter. We've been booting. It's all happening. It's all happening today. Yep, so we've been booting. I've been eBaying. I've been brick and mortar. No charity shops, because charity shops are still kind of not properly open yet. Hope we've all been well. Not seen me for a while. It has been too fucking hot. It's still quite warm in here now today, muggy as hell. And it's only like 27. So it's Saturday. I was going to film this yesterday, which was Friday.
Mufasa, you know we finally here, right?
Well,
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday.
But I lost a lot, essentially. Sort of finished work. When I did a pickup local, so yeah, a couple of Facebook things I could probably talk about. I might have a picture or two. I did send the lads a couple of pictures. And then when I got back, it was just like black over Bill's mother's. And yeah, there was no light. I mean, normally, like, you know, this time of year, sunset's about 9 o'clock, but it was just grim, it was dark, so I thought I'll have to leave it till tomorrow, i.e. today. And yeah, it's just really kind of like muggy, so not, well, a hell of a lot better than it's been in recent weeks, guys. There's no way I could have come in here and filmed, you know, 45 plus with the door open. Shut that door, that's going to climb up to 50. Not even I could fucking withstand that kind of heat. But yeah, like I say, lots of different things going on, I suppose. Like I say, a bit of Facebook pickups. Been booting. It's only been on twice, and so stalled out with my good friend Rob. You know, very calm with his van and stuff. So, you know, we've had a bit of a couple of mornings out. It's been nice, actually. A bit of normality. You know, sell some shit, buy some shit. Rob's done really well. He's looked after me as well. I've given him a few nods on Facebook. So, you know, there's bits out there, but it's, you know, we were sort of saying before, it's not like it used to be, and it probably never will be, let's be honest. And you know, that dynamic will shift from your 8 bits, from your 16 bits, from your 32, from the PlayStation 1 to the two. PlayStation 2s are kind of becoming less and less common now. It's just how it is, I think. Be a lot more 360 tats, I call it. You watch that go super expensive once the Xbox 1X, 5X, 10X comes out. I'm sitting here in 10 years time saying, I remember when you could buy Xbox 360 games for 10p each, and I didn't buy any, and Lewis and Gernaldinho bought them all, and fucking Glory Hunter Scott. I would never say never, because I honestly, a similar conversation was had. God, it's got to be 10 years ago about PlayStation 1. I mentioned this before, when Game Station was shutting down and they were selling all the stock off. You know, certain people derided all of those games, and I remember there was fucking racks of them. Our times move on, don't they? Right, what we'll do is I'll leave the car boot for the minute. I've just got a couple of some old rags, the old rags. I love my old rags, you know that. I've been sat on these for fucking ages. I am just missing one issue now. I mentioned this console XS last vid, you know, basic hints and tips book, and I did mention that I was waiting for. I'd won and bought issues 1 and 2 because I'd missed out on the auctions for off the same guy. I think this might have been, it was at the height of Corona, wasn't it? So these come through anyway. So these are really the ones, the main ones that I remember. I'm missing issue 3, so if anybody's got issue 3 of this, I don't know why I asked you guys this anyway. I've got a bone to pick with somebody as well later on about me saying stuff on video and then no one takes a blind bit of fucking notice. It's like being at home, this is. Anyway, I've got issues 1 and 2. So these are the ones that I remember. So I would have bought this for Super Mario World. And some of the walkthroughs and some of the, you know, the sort of hints and tips, fully enough. At, where is it? That's Toe Jam and I'll just find Alex the Kid. Bit at the front, won't it? Because it'd be had Castlevania, didn't have that. So yeah, it was really in depth. The old Super Mario World. It's just quite nice to look back. I didn't use it extensively, just only when I got stuck. Shows you where all the hidden levels are. You know, really, I mean, I've talked about this magazine before. Really detailed maps, you know. I mean, it must have took them ages to piece these together. Castlevania 4, never owned that back in the day, but yeah, there's a guide for Castle. Again, all maps and stuff. Really well put together guide, to be honest. Action replay codes for your Mega Drive, your SNES. Yeah, Ernest Evans Mega CDs. Like I said before about these old magazines, you know, less me sort of owning every system, I could sort of experience somewhat different systems, get a taste for it. You know, look at that and think, oh, what's going on there? You know, but yeah, fantastic. And then obviously issue 2 was the follow up. I think it continued on, didn't it? Yeah. Slightly thinner magazine. Do you remember these adverts, the action replays? I actually had one from a SNES. But oh, look at that there. Where is it? Just seen an advertisement. I think it's one of these dodgy phone them up. Look, the Wonder Mega. Look, win it. Win the Wonder. I'd love to have a Wonder Mega. Where's Mario? Marble Madness, Marbilius Madness, Asterix. It looks like a, yeah. So this is all the sort of the continuation of Mario World. Fantastic, like I say, really good, well put together magazine. You know, gives some like the American books as well at the time. I've seen a couple of these knocking about now, issues 1 and 2. I've never seen issue 4 before, and 3, and obviously I'm missing fucking 3, so chances are I'll never fucking find that bastard, and that's too many Fs. Too many F-bombs, toots. Bit of R-Type there, look. So really, you know, trip down memory lane. So happy to get them, just missing issue 3. And I'll not say no more about it. Pop them down there. But Console Access, I think in the last video, I think I called it, I can't remember what it's called, but it's Super Excess for the Super Nintendo, not Nintendo Excess. But the Sega one is called Sega Excess. Find out afterwards. And again, another little side collection that I've been going on. One of these in a bundle, like a tenner. 1 or 2 will need an upgrade. Are these in order? No. So I put these in order. They're all needed, but I say one will definitely be an upgrade. This, I say, one this bundle. There's a couple more that I'd already got their duplicates. I'd have to find. I've worked some out with them. Flip them on. But this was the free sort of trial issue or premiere issue. I always remember that guy in the front there. Why this man will change the reality of games forever. So that's obviously the virtuality. And I remember seeing that in Quasar. Not talking about Quasar because obviously it wasn't a patch on the Laser Quest. But yeah, there you go. Like I say, because I've got this bundle for a tenner. People trying to sell this one here for like 50 quid. It's fucking been on there for like months. No one's going to buy it. But so I've talked about Games X before. Great little piece on supercars too there. Swiv, Quest for Glory, Indiana Jones Last Crusade action game. Access to all the formats. I'll just see if there's anything of note pings out. Oh, this was the tips section was quite good because it had like a tip X. Can you see? Yeah. There you go, look, tip X. Had all the sort of tips there. Robocop 2 on the Amiga. Still got the poster. Look for Bart. I probably at some point actually hung that on my wall. I don't suppose. I was a bit of a big Simpsons fan. Street Talk. Who have we got here? Where is it? It's in Cambridge, St Neots. Do you recognise anybody? He looks dodgy as fuck, man. I wouldn't let him babysit. That's Neil. He's only 24 years old. Looks about fucking 42. This is some of the tea. I'm just flicking through, guys, just seeing if there's anything there. Bit of Renegade and Betty Boo. Just doing a do. Magic Pockets. So yeah, that's issue. That's a preview issue. We've got issue 6, which is in alright condition. I'd say for the price I pay for all these, like 8 issues for 10 or something. A little bit of arcade look there. AB Cop, Punk Shot, Air Inferno. So they had like some good little segments. I don't think they were consistent with them though. A bit more Street Talk. Where are they now? They're in Northampton. Anybody from Northampton? It'd be weird if someone was on here. But yeah, so. Looks great. What we got there? Chuck Rock Player's Guide, Space Quest 4 Player's Guide. Oh, I definitely had this on my wall. A couple of people who are into the Amiga have mentioned this game, and I fucking loved it back in the day. That's Warzone. I didn't even realise that was it. I've said I've not even flicked through these. I've just put them to one side. Bit of Game Boy Kung Fu, Special Reserve. So that's issue 6. Issue 40, jump to 40 now. So it looks in the realms of 3DO, Mega CD. Guest was probably a PC game or 3DO, I would have thought. Anything to note in here? You know, year or so on now, probably. Paperboy 2. Big run. Just seeing if there's anything else, like a bit of Space Quest look. Space Quest 2 Player's Guide. There's some pretty cool, like, you know, different bits for everybody. Here we go, Street Talk. Newport. Oh man, he looks well dodgy. That's Silly Steve when he's older. Here we go. Fucking Rogues Gallery there, look. At Soft Centre in sunny Newport. There we go. Operation Desert Strike. Steg. Guest. But yeah. I wouldn't have had this one back. I would have given up. Probably moved on to something else by issue 40. And the last one that does need an upgrade. But it's a placeholder. 47. Been written all over. Edward Morris. That's some fucking Muppets wrote his name on the back there, look. You little shit. Wait till I get my hands on it. Yeah, it's a bit rough and ready, this one. We'll just see if there's that Shop Talk one again. Jaguar XJ220. Storm Master Player's Guide. Budget Bonanza. Budget Bonanza. That's been chopped up to fucking high heaven. Can't find Shop Talk. Maybe got rid of it. This would have been really towards the end. I think it's only 40. Yeah. Oh no, Street Talk. Here we go. Stafford. We're in Stafford. God, he's like a pencil neck. There you go. Look. Hopefully you can see that if I just do that. Hopefully you see it all. In Stafford. Yeah. Expecting the 26th of May. So yeah, a couple more magazines. There'll be no other magazine collection started up after I've done Console X. Once I've done Mean Machines, once I've done Games X, and the S magazine. That's it then. I'm done with mags. And CVG is always rumbling on. I don't think I'll ever get a set of that because I don't want to get them all. I can't remember what Paul Jowett. Mark Jowett, Paul Jowett, God, my mate's brother, that was called. Mark Jowett knows. There's like he calls them. There's different generations compared, depending on who took over, who took ownership of CVG, and the latter ones I just didn't like at all. And he knows, he refers to it as a certain thing. I can't remember, but yeah, there's only up to a certain point that I'm collecting, but everything prior to that, definitely. And there's still gaps there. There's still gaps there. So what do we do? What do we do now? So we could do. Tell you what, we'll talk about car boot. We'll talk about the car boot. So the local one to me, it started up and it was great. Rob and me went, did all not great, to be honest. It was we just sold. We did quite our selling, to be honest. There was nothing of really note gaming wise or anything like that. And then it wasn't on the week after because it pissed it down. And then the week after that, was it on? Was that last week? Week before? Oh, I can't think. And there was a gap. It might have been a 2-week gap because of the weather. Then it was on again, which was like last week, and we did all right. Not too good at the selling because we sold most of the half decent stuff. But Rob did really well. Got a few bits, and I managed to bag a few bits as well. Nothing really. Well, there is one or two things to keep for the collection, but most of it's either been sold on or will be sold on. A Wii. Still got this Wii because I haven't got the door on it. It come with like nunchuck. I bought a couple more nunchucks for £1. They've all gone into CEX because the price of them is just too good to not send it in. You know, you've got all your shears, all your cups and that. I think this is I think it's either soft modded or I think it's soft modded. It's not going to be hard modded because it would have broke the code. So this has been soft modded anyway because it had an American copy of Wii Sports in it. So yeah, there's some of the shit that I've fired into CEX as well. I can't think what it is. All couple of Xbox 360 controllers. Some games, got some games that are alright on a couple of games, but nothing amazing. Rob got the bulk of the decent stuff. Got some DS games. Oh, there's a guy there with some Wii stuff, and early, you know, obviously early doors. How much are the Wii games? Oh, we don't know. We don't know. We reckon about £4 each. I was like, no, they're not £4 each. So they're probably about £1 each. And it was a woman and her husband, and she was, oh no. She said, I'll phone fucking Ralph or whatever the lad's name. So okay, so I popped back, and it must have been. I mean, I could sort of see their stall when I was walking around, and I still couldn't see the games. And then I seen the games are out. And as I walk over, this woman, I know she's a bit of a reseller, a bit like the rest of us, a bit of a lizard. And she was there, and she picked out Mario Kart and Super Mario Galaxy. But where she was looking at the Wii stuff, just round the corner, but facing away, was a big pile of DS stuff that she couldn't see the spines of. So I seen her at the Wii stuff. I thought, well, that's gone. So I'd seen this pile of DS stuff, and I was just said to her, how much are the games? She said £1 each. And then she looked up, and she said to her son, she said, oh shit, I didn't see them. It turns out there weren't that. There was a couple of alright titles in there. They've all gone into CEX. A couple of the Professor Laytons, Sims 2, stuff like that. But obviously she bagged Mario Kart on the Wii and Super Mario Galaxy. But for £1, I said to him when she fucked off. I said, I told you £1, didn't I? He went, well, we couldn't get hold of him, so he left. He just have to make do with what he gets. I was just fucking. It was just one of them days for me. It was one of them days for Rob where he just dropped lucky, and he did really well. But to be fair to Rob, right, he's hooked me up here. I've had this for, God, must be 3 years, 4 years maybe. Sat on the shelf for the perfect moment. So Rob managed to get a load of Wii and DS stuff. I think I've got a DS Lite as well in the deal. A little pouch. Then the pouch, when I sort of seen this, I said, "Oh mate, can I buy it off you?" He just said, "Look, because this is how Rob is." He goes, "Look, just have it, and next time you get some, you know, we'll just do a future IOU trade." And it's the cart for Pokemon Gold, Heart Gold. I haven't got the Pokewalker, but I said I've had that on the shelf for the fucking longest time. It's all there, like the massive, like fucking wedge. And now, thanks to my good mate Rob, it is now all complete. Beautiful, beautiful. I will be keeping this because I say I've kept it for that fucking long. You can get a Pokewalker, I think 20 quid off CX. I may, depending on how I get on with the stuff that's been traded, and if anything gets rejected or whatever, I may just splurge 20 quid and get that and complete that. And then maybe look just to get Soul Silver and just keep them two. So I'm not massive into well, I'm not into Pokemon at all, but that is quite a nice little set, and it does hold its fucking value quite well. And so the box, when I seen this in the charity shop years and years ago, I was like, fucking hell, and there was no cartridge in it. It's just like, oh, you bastard. But thanks to the good fucking will of my mate Rob, he's now complete. I will never see the light of day. Technically from the car boot, but it wasn't found at the car boot because he brought it with him. I tagged him on a post in Facebook because Rob likes going here, there and everywhere on his travels. And he managed to get I can't remember what I tagged him on it. It wasn't anything retro, but he obviously did the usual thing. Have you got anything else? And obviously the guy did have a load of other stuff. And sent a picture off. I said, mate, I just want the box and manual. I don't need the cart. But he very kindly just said, look, just take it all and we'll sort it out afterwards. What did he say? Because it's an honest copy. I said, who says that? But what I have managed to get, again, off Rob, and I owe him big time, is a boxed copy. It is complete of Link's Awakening. My little brother had this. I never had it, but obviously I had access to it. And it's just an honest copy. It's not a spanker. It's not a minter or anything like that. But it is, you know, a bit wrinkly. But yeah, really happy to get that. So many thanks, Rob, my good mate Rob. Chuffed to bits with that. Because he didn't have to, but he did, and I appreciate him. And it's got Forever Home, and obviously I'll give him his cartridge back because I don't need another cartridge because mine's in there. So although not technically from the car boot per se, it was added at the car boot, so that's why I thought I'd add it in. I picked up, God, slim PS2, just loose. Had all the wires for that. Full enough, I was like £2. I had the power pack. I had a massive clear out of the garage. You know, it was fucking baking. I had a couple of days off. Really went through the garage quite well. Sorted a lot of it out up to a certain point. Didn't manage to get to the bottom end of it because I was absolutely I've been doing it for about 4.5 hours. Shuffled stuff around, made life a bit easier, cleaned up a bit. Yada yada blah. And obviously like managed to find shit to flog at the car boot while doing that as well. So it's all win-win. But I'll say in cleaning all that out, found some power pack for the PS2, found some other controllers. I was saying to the lads, you know, opening boxes of stuff and not even realising I had it there, you know, like a box Mega Drive 2 and a really nice box original PlayStation 1 and stuff. Fucking forgot I had that. So there's probably other stuff buried at the back, but I've got a fair idea now of what's what and this, that and the other. So yeah, the only other thing of note that I got from the car boot, I paid up a little bit. I paid 40 quid for this, but when I looked in the box and I saw what sort it was, I thought, yeah, I'm in. I didn't look through the whole thing initially, but what I saw enough of, I was like, well, I can get my money back just on the console itself. And talking of PlayStation 1s, that's what it is. It's a PlayStation 1. I haven't even tested it, you know. It's a bit grubby, it needs a clean. 40 quid, box of shiz down here. And you might be thinking, you wouldn't pay 40 quid for a PlayStation 1, would you, Stu? No, because what I saw, with all of these. So it's copies. So it's obviously chipped. So I was like, yeah, fine, I'm in. I mean, these are all shite. I'll probably just, I don't even need them now, but, you know, when I move on, someone might want a copy of Metal Gear Solid. Silent Hill, American. Yeah, all this copy shit. All the hookups, couple of guns. The guy was obsessed about these fucking guns. I'm like, yeah, I've got fucking, these are the tub of shit that I've got. Couple of guns. It's got the pedal. The pedal's always useful, always nice. Some instructions. There you go. Look, sharpshooter. It's a Joytech one. And that's not. Oh, it is. That's the P99K light blaster. Yeah. Nice blue crystal. I don't think I've got one of that colour. I had one, but it was all like scratched up and fucked. So that'd be a nice addition. Although there's that other light gun. So 3 light guns. That's the one that for that manual was for. A dongle adapter, so PS2 to USB adapter, quite useful for emulator. So quite nice memory cards. It's 40 quid. I say that the modded PlayStation is about 40 quid. Quite easy sell at Donny Austin for 40 quid. But we've got some nice PS1 memory cards, some lime green, 2 lime greens, another blue colour, and some third party, an original white one, and a couple of third party jobbies. So, you know, then we've got a pile of little stack of original games. Some alright titles in here. Oh, actually got these first. Some demos. Again, I know there's people that collect demos. A couple of quid each, you know. That's the original demo 1. PlayStation 2 original thing, I've got that. Another demo 1. I had a stack of these. But no, I don't really collect for these things. And there we go. Little pile of them. And then say a couple of little stack of original ones. Nothing. No. There's a couple of nice titles in there. Hidden and Dangerous. Not sure if I've got that. I ain't even checked. Nice black label copy Rayman. Nice black copy of Time Crisis Project Titan. Let's check mine. Area 51. Medal of Honor Underground. Platt. Rob. Not sure if Rob even watches, but not sure if he's got that. Machines V3 Platinum. Not sure if he's got that. C12 Final Resistance. That label. I'm sure I've got this. I think it's Siphon Filter 2 I need. Siphon Filter 3 black label. Oddworld Abe's Exodus, nice copy of that black label. And probably the pick of the bunch is Point Blank 3 black label. All these are all complete as well. So yeah, nice little, you know, nice little stack there. But I've gone past, I mean Rob had gone past this guy's table fucking God knows how many times earlier as well, and these weren't there. He did have an original Xbox as well. He wanted 30 quid for that. And I told Rob, and Rob's got this thing about Xboxes because God, years ago we've been doing this for fucking years now. And at one of the events, he was literally could not give them fucking things away, and he was loading this guy up with about 3 or 4 of them. So he always has like fucking, he has the sweats when it comes to the original Xboxes. But let's put some of this shit back in here. So yeah, that's, you know, 40 quid. I don't think it'll end up owing me anything at the end of the day. A couple of nice games, move them on. Might be a couple of upgrades, I'll check mine. So yeah, 40 quid on the PlayStation 1. The guy was not gonna budge. Honestly, fucking, I can't remember where I went back afterwards, asked him about something or other, and he was selling something else to another guy. And he was like, no, that's the price. And when I even asked him about the PlayStation, I could just tell. There was no, I couldn't even get a quid off. I just thought, bollocks, it's just buy it, Stu. Because I didn't really know what was in it. It's one of them ones you just want to buy it and not attract too much attention to yourself while doing it. I think it's all. Yeah. Shame there's not anything really in there that I want to keep. Hidden and Dangerous maybe. I'm not sure about that C12 game either. Point Blank 3 I've got. And Project Titan, we'll check that. I've checked any of it. Right, not a great deal left. I mean, considering it's been weeks and weeks. But because the charity shop's not been open, I have done alright on some Facebook stuff. I might put a couple of pictures up. I managed to grab a bundle, a wee bundle, and I mean, fair play to the lady, she kept it for me, 20 quid. If I got a picture, I'll put it up here now. That turned out a really good deal. So that Wii's gone into CEX. There was 2 Wii remote pluses. So with the Wii, the Wii that's in that bundle, I'll put one of the remotes that I got from the car boot the other week in with that. Because obviously you get more money for the remote pluses on their own. The games, I think the games alone added up to something like 60 quid credit. So it's all credit. I've just gone for credit because there's quite a few PlayStation 1 games that I wouldn't mind just adding to the collection. And I see them and I think, oh yeah, I want to get that. Yeah, and like 35 quid, 45 quid, 50 quid, 60 quid, some are 70, some are 90. And that, fingers crossed, it doesn't always work out. But if the trading stuff comes off, it should be a nice chunk of change. Talking of CEX, I don't know if I mentioned the last video, I definitely mentioned it a couple of vids back. Obviously I'd sent a load of stuff off in the mail to them when the shops weren't open. That actually worked out okay. I think I did mention it, didn't I? Because I said I'm going to do that more. So what they've done now, they've sort of kind of got a little bit of a middle ground, I suppose. There's this thing called Drop and Go. So I've done Drop and Go today at my local one. My local one are really, really strict. That's the problem. But I thought, you know, fuck it. It's only up the road. If they take most of it, then great. What they don't take, I'll send. I'll mail off. So I've mailed off a load of other stuff anyway to them. That'll probably take a couple of weeks. I'm hoping it's about 4 or 5 weeks for them to process anything. I'm hoping that might get reduced a bit now because obviously the stores are open, so less people are sending stuff in. Yeah, they're just a little over because it's a franchisee. They're overly strict. But you know, the thing is with it, you can't expect to send shit in and then get really good stuff back out again. You'd be a bit hypocritical of me to assume that. But you know, one of the ones I took in, it was a 360 controller that I had, and the guy went, "It don't work." So I bought that's okay, fine. When I collected it the next week or whatever, and I looked at it, and all that had happened was, you know, the spring had just like compressed itself. So all you had to do is like uncompress it, like flick it, and it pinged open, and then it just like charged up. I was like, whatever. And that's the kind of thing you have to deal with a little bit, and it's like, so that's fucking been mailed off to them anyway in the main store. Just rough with a smooth with CEX. And then then last night, the stuff that I was waiting for last night, which I couldn't make the video, was these couple of things. So you'll see another slim PS2, and you'll see a DSi. So the lady was selling a DSi with a manky charger that doesn't work, and a slim PS2 with no controller. And she said like for spares and repairs, and I said like a tenner for the pair. And she was like, So she accepted it. Got a DSi charger, fortunately enough, in the drawer. Plugged it in, works fine. Cleaned it up fine. Got a PS2 controller, fucking from the back end, arse end of somewhere. I can't even remember where. It was grubby as hell, like black as anything. I thought, fuck it, let's give it a clean. Cleaned it all up, and actually it's come up all right. It was just covered in like literally fucking everything. That's why I probably left it. You know, like thinking it don't work. But it's the only other one I had. So I cleaned all that up, and it just worked all right. And it looks really nice. So that's gone in today, and that's my last PS2 controller. So yeah, cobbling bits together. I mean, you know, the fucking God knows where it come from. Probably like a bundle like that at some point. But that's why you sit on stuff. That's why you hoard stuff. I mean, God, don't even know where the charger comes from. Probably from the car boot as well. But it all adds up, you know, especially the prices of the Nintendo stuff at the minute. Fucking ridiculous. DSIs, I remember, were cheaper than DS Lites because they were one of them. The DSI is like 33 quid. Trading them like, yeah. It's cost me a fiver, probably like 50p or a pound for the charge from the car boot. So I have to do it. So, fingers crossed, all things being equal, unless a bunch of bastards and they start rejecting stuff for daft reasons, so I might have a nice chunk of change to go and squander at CEX. Might do my the OG fucking CEX roulette here, boys. None of this fucking fake shit like fucking Big Al and Retro Reclaimer Kieran fucking claiming it. Fucking started here. CX roulette started here. Spin the wheel. Remember? Go back, check my videos. They weren't called CX roulettes. I made that fucking term up. Can claim and copyright. I'm going to start putting fucking it's really still quite warm in here. I'm going to start putting claims on people's videos. Big Game Al. Retro Reclaimer. Lewis I might let off, because he'd been doing it for a couple of years after me as well. But these new boys, these new upstarts, they're a great watch. I'll see. I say, CX has moved on a long time, fair bit over the years in terms of the business model and stuff. You know, there's just some things you can't get away with now, or you're very lucky if you do. Right, a couple of eBays, upgrades. Yeah, I'm kind of getting to that point now with some collections that I just want to get them sort of finished off nice. Case in point here, a couple of Master System titles. Yeah, Master System. I completed that set fucking years and years ago. But there's still a couple of games that I want to upgrade, especially the manuals. This one was the insert. That's Missile Defense 3D. This is one I'm keeping. Obviously mine is up there. I'll have to just swap it over. But mine was just this manual. I'll probably just keep this one because this is really nice copy. But that is really crisp. I think my insert's got like a mark here, like a watermark, but it's all complete. It's all there. But that's a definite improved upgrade. And the other one that's come through today. This can be quite tricky to get hold of. It was a message, Alex Blue Tonic, who's really kind. He's UK English guy in America. Been living there for fucking years now. Adopted Yank. Because this game is £2 a penny over there. It's like fucking £3, but then it's like £15 postage. So I did message him a while back saying, look, I'm trying to do some upgrades. Would you be able to help me? Because mate, I'll do whatever you want, but I dropped lucky with this. This popped up in the UK for like £10 Byte Now, and all I needed was the manual upgrade. But again, it's come through. It's a really nice copy. I can't remember what's wrong with my manual. I'll have to have a look. But it is great football. So this is, I'm probably teaching your granny to suck eggs. So we've got to remember with the Master System. See all that wall of text there? It's all like multilingual. So the US ones and the European ones are different. The US ones just have English on the back. Yeah, there was some debate, ages ago. Well, that's not a PAL copy because it's only got US writing in. The fact of the matter is, the ones that didn't sell in America have got sent back over here and pushed back out into retail stores. So both are valid, and generally the US manuals are portrait, and ours are obviously landscape, but equally as valid. You tend to see certain games. I think Golden Axe Warriors one definitely stands out. You tend to see that loads more with the American manual, and I think it's because it's probably a late release, and so the ones that didn't sell in the US got shipped back over here. So we're chipping away at that. I mean, that list now is quite small. Poseidon Wars, Golden Axe Warrior. I think my US manual is a little bit tatty. It's not that it's not complete or it's not there. It's just it'd be nice to have it upgraded. That's all. And then that's nearly enough. Quite a nice collection then. So yeah, so just little bits, guys. Little bit. Not doing a great deal. There's not a great deal going on in that regard. What else have we get? We've got this. We've got this. I forgot I even paid for this. This was when it come through. The envelope just had like stew on it. I was like, stew? It's one of the lads all, you know, lads or lasses sent me something, and I not thought, you know, couldn't think. Opened up and I went, oh yeah, shit, I forgot to pay. I gotta send someone money for that. So my sister from another Mr. Holster, bless her little cotton socks, she messaged me. Did she message me before about this? I think she did. Yeah, because she gave me the heads up. She said, oh, there's a certain guy, and I've seen him on Retro Ram. He doesn't sell anything on Retro Ram. He's always like, I think he is a fucking trader. He's a big time lizard. Devlin, I think his name's Devlin. I've definitely seen him on Retro Ram and Galaxy Sega. He tends to sell his tat on fucking GGG, which, yeah, ain't for me, that group at all. But she obviously knows him. I think he's from around her way. I can't remember. Up Hull sort of end, Grimsby. She sort of said, oh, he's got these couple of games here and you're interested in. And this one stood out. I didn't know what any prices were or what. There was another one that was in my head. I was thinking I wouldn't mind that, but again, I don't want to go fucking going hell for leather, like chucking money at stuff. Which, you know, I've got other avenues that I really want to try and put that money towards. So anyway, long story short is, I said I'll ask him about this game, and the price he come back with, I was like, that's not a bad price. It's a lot cheaper than eBay, really fair price. So done. Sent her the money, and obviously she sent him the money. I said, look, you know, I don't know if he did the deal because it was Holster. So I just sort of said to her, I said, look, instead of like him sending it to you and then we adding postage on, just say to him you bought it as a present for me or something like that. And that's what happened, and he seemed fine enough about it. I mean, I don't know if he did a deal, I don't know. But I didn't want to hijack it anyway, either way, and I didn't want to get her into trouble. And then she messaged me afterwards to sort of say the remaining games he'd sold for like ridiculous price. And I was like, oh my God, because it's either Alien Crush or Devil's Crush in there. And I would have had it if it had been, if you work out what he sold the other games for, if you chopped them all up, you know, probably like 20 quid or something, and I would have had that. Because I was thinking it's going to be another 40, 50 pound game. But what I did get, for me 40 quid all in, is Ease, book 1 and 2. Turbo. On the Turbo. So them that know, this is an RPG, and if you've got the mini, you can play it on that. And this is what I'm saying, I've got the fucking mini where the fucking bag of shit thing is. It's not a bag of shit, I shouldn't say that. But I'm still buying them. It's not fucking beautiful. I do believe that the Turbo games do come in a bigger cardboard box, but generally, like a lot of the stuff, they don't survive. I've got a couple that are in a cardboard sleeve, and all it is, it's just literally a cardboard sleeve. I think I spoke about this before. It's definitely an Americanism in terms of packaging. Because when this come out, like 90s, 89, 1990. Obviously the game come out 89, 87, 89, 87, 88 in Japan, and 1990 in the US when it got converted. But the price this would have been, people would not have paid this much for this little tiny cassette, this like case, because that's how it used to be. They wanted value for money. They wanted to see. Same with the weights. Well, with the Ataris, if you look at any of the 2600s, especially the early ones, they've got like sheet of metal in the base to give it weight. So you look like you've got some value for it. It was irrelevant, completely pointless. And the same with the boxes. Obviously, the cardboard box around this was just sat in a bigger cardboard box. And they still maintain that's why the big box Amiga games are done that way as well, because you didn't need all that packaging. But people, it's a psychological thing. It must have been some sort of weird marketing thing where people wanted to see the bigger stuff, because that's where you got your value for money. You know, obviously the Japanese eventually taught us otherwise, and it's not always the case. But yeah, Ease, book 1 and 2. There is, what's the third one? Ease, the Wanderers of Ease. I've got that on the SNES, but I think it's really bad porn. But yeah, I still buy games for the PC Engine / Turbo Graphics. But great price, so I don't think Dev even watches you. I don't know, but cheers, Dev, and definitely cheers, my sister from another Mr. Holster. Bless you, bab. Right, we'll do this one. I've got this one today. Local shop, bricks and mortar, because obviously went uptown, did that drop and go thing with CEX. I think there was 2 charity shops open. One's just recently opened. Not a great deal of anything doing in there, but you got to go and look, ain't you, anyway. And it's always nice to say hello to the people. I know the people that work there and stuff. So, and then there's like a little local game shop. And I always go in there and speak to them guys, just chat about the football. But they had some new stuff that had come in, traded in some PS1 stuff. And I was having a look for that, and I chatted to the guy. And he's done me a really good deal. He's done me a fucking solid ear. So there's one game that just caught my attention. I didn't know what it was because they have them all stacked on the spines. You know, so like, I mean, not like that, but they're all in a case facing upwards like that, so you can only read the top spines. They've got the prices on them. So I was like, I don't know about that one. And there was a couple in there that I knew that I needed bits from. So I said to the guy, I said, oh, can I have a look at that game, that one, and then that one there? So it's 3 games I've got him to take out the glass case. I said, look, I'll be honest with you. I said, look, those 2 there, I only need the manuals from. That one there, so I didn't know what it was. So yeah, I'll buy that. And it's a bit of a... No, I did want to buy it. But did it in a way to kind of grease the wheels to get the manuals that I wanted. Which, like I say, sad enough he agreed to. So for 15 quid, I got me a copy of Renegade Racers. No, it's not Shock 16. Back once again with the Renegade Racers. So you can see on there it says 12 quid. Not anything, I've never heard of it before. Infograms, it looks a bit like, I suppose, Diddy Kong Racing. That kind of thing, different hovercraft type stuff. CEX don't carry it. So it's about 10-12 quid. 10-12 quid's about the going rate on eBay. But what I got him to do, and one of the other things segues into the last pickup. I mean, it is really nice condition. And but there's 2 manuals that I wanted. So the first one is for Ghoul Panic. I've been after this fucking thing for the longest time. I was even resigning myself to buying the full game again, a bit like I've done with the Master System games. So I said, look, if I buy this other game, because I only want the manual from it, would you chuck that in for free? So basically I've got Ghoul Panic, the manual from the other game that I wanted, and that. So this is basically cost like if you want £1.50, I'd pay 4 quid for this. It's about, they had it for 10 quid, which is a fucking good price, because it's usually above 10. It's usually like 15 quid, give or take. It is a light gun game. I'm not sure if you're aware. A bit like the Point Blank, in the same vein as that. Namco. But I've had a copy of this, lovely condition, but I didn't get to find it. But missing the bloody the manual. Oh, I can't see it. It's up there somewhere. Fuck knows. And he's like, "Yeah, that's fine, mate." So I was like, "Sound." So I've got another, I say, a little obscure little racing adventure game. Never heard of it, honestly. But I thought, you know what? they've not long opened up. Probably been open a couple of weeks. I think since they sort of eased lockdown last time. I know, obviously, 4th of July today. Happy Independence to the American guys. Don't fucking go ruining it and pulling fucking statues. No, I'm not talking about that. But no, happy 4th of July to the American cousins and sisters and brothers over there. Enjoyed they. Don't get corona. But over here the pubs are open, the hairdressers are open. Yeah, the hairdressers over here had queues outside. The pubs weren't too bad. I think because obviously it was uptown early doors anyway. And there's not a Weatherspoons local here. But I did walk the dogs earlier, and there was some people outside. So fair play, man. You know, get the fucking economy going again. That's what we need. So case in point, these guys just opened up. Thought, you know what? I get a little bit of a deal. They get some money in the till. Fucking winning winner, chicken dinner. That's what we want. Like I say, another weird game. 2274 for Mr. fucking Burnout. No good to you, brother. They won't fucking sell you anyway. No. Yes. No. Fuck you. Renegade Racers back once again. So the other sort of game I bought, the game has only got £3. I think it's like £3.50 in CEX, and it's another basically £2 fucking postage, and then you don't even know it's going to be complete. This one was complete. It's fucking over there, but basically it's the manual for Driver 2. So that completes this double disc, because I just didn't have the black manual. I had a fucking Platinum Driver 2 all day long, but I didn't have the black label version, and now we do. So that completes that one. Talking of subsets, welcome to the subset zone. Get ready. Boom! That's it. That's it, motherfuckers. Oh, you're motherfuckers. We've done it. Dual case, subset, complete. Mortal Kombat trilogy in the house. Booyaka. Gotta get that label off, that's a piece of piss. Or just swap the back over for it. Look, right, I'm going to show you now. Anybody who's got any of these double case games, right, and they keep going on about having to buy the whole fucking thing, you don't need to. And I've said this about a million times. I'm not sure if people understand what I'm talking about. Get your normal CD. Take that shit off. Pop that off. Pop that off. The back, that back is basically that. So you get yourself a nice non-fucking scratched up back, or even if you've got that dirty sticker on there, and all you do, you just do exactly the same thing. Pop this off. He says. Right, take that off. Take the cover bit off again. Right. That. Get your new back. Put your thing back in. Sometimes, there's a tip. If it doesn't come out, you see these little nugs. Get an old, or a new ballpoint pen, whichever one you want to do. Push a ballpoint pen into that, and they'll pop out. Then all you do, stick that back on. Boom. So that there was covering up because it hasn't got a barcode on it. And that's a weird one. But yeah, that does that. There you go. Look, see now, that's perfect. That's all you need to do. You don't need the whole fucking thing. As long as that spine is all intact, you just swap the fronts and backs over with shitty CD discs. That video, see people do it like, no, just swap it over. But anyway, there you go. I fucking told yous. Live on camera. Anyway, that is the fucking PAL double case set done. Or is it? Or is it? The jury's out. I have ordered the last known one of those games, which Anthony Boothie, I've got a bone to pick with. He got the PAL version, or the English version, should I say. And he's paid like 45 quid. From the US, I think it was as well. And it is that is a rare one. It's basically Siphon Filter and In Cold Blood. I've just gone and bought one from Austria. It's obviously the German or the EU multilingual version for £8. And it's the same thing. It will count because it's PAL. It's just obviously the covers are just different. But it will do as a placeholder. So technically, see, this is where the area is grey a little bit, because I know people like, and I understand this, Eddie Rollercore wouldn't count that. And it wouldn't count In Cold Blood and Siphon Filter. And I get that, because these are almost like compilations. They're not releases of their own. But they are double case. Now, they're not 2-in-1s, although it does say 2 games in 1. Because what you've got to remember is it gets confusing, where the older 2-in-1s are in this sort of size and they come in this kind of format. So those ones don't count because they are just your standard cases with the extra bits in. But this one and In Cold Blood, they are dual case releases, although not releases in and of themselves, if that makes sense. So I think it's both ways. I've just got that one anyway because I might as well just finish it off, because I've got that, and for £8 I'll have that one as a filler. And if anyone sort of says, you haven't got all the double cases, well, I have actually. Well, I personally probably wouldn't count that in the set either. I know Eddie's got to think about the white spines. He doesn't like the white spines, and yeah, again, probably another valid reason. I might put a little. I did film more. I was wondering how best to sort of show it off, because I don't want to sit there showing you the fucking games. I might try and be a little bit creative here. If it doesn't work, you will never see it. If you do, I'll probably put a separate video, because it's probably a nice little reference point for anyone looking to collect them. Anyway, and I'll put the list down below. Again, thanks to Eddie for this. I think he might have dug it out from Retrocollect before it went bang. But it linked back to an old French forum, which I've still got the link for. But I've just stripped it all out, and I'll put all the games down below. There are a number of New Zealand and Australian releases, which is still PAL territory, and it's stuff like Final Fantasy, different versions that never, like, I think it might be Final Fantasy 1 and 2, the Final Fantasy Tactics. They had like a double disc edition of this where we didn't. So yeah, they're not, although it's PAL, it's not Euro PAL, it's not, you couldn't have bought them over here, which has always been my argument with some of the N64 stuff. You know, you couldn't have gone into the shop and bought them. You couldn't have gone into the shop and bought these games. I say there's a handful. I'll put them down here anyway. Like I say, I'll link them in the description if anybody's that interested. Maybe Boofy will, because he's a fucking maniac like that. But I necessarily wouldn't class them, because you couldn't really go into the shop here and buy them. But Boofy, I know he had 2 copies of this, didn't ya, you little bastard? And all them fucking weeks I've been saying, anyone got a copy of that? And you said nothing. Your cards are marked, lad. Fucking cards are marked, boy. But I've done it without yous, like I always have to. No fucking help. No use, no ornament, the lot of yous. And on that note, we're done. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.